Hey YouTube, Mike here. How we all doing with this baloney that's going on? I hope we're all safe and doing well in our businesses and in our jobs. All right, today I have something in the box that I've actually showed a few times, and especially on my truck video. The product that I'm going to show in a minute, something that I guess I kind of overlook because I really don't have any here in the shop. I have this other brand, and when you see it, I think some of you may already have it, some of you might have seen them, but it is from a company called Viewtainer. This is a product that I found probably over 3 years ago. So I've had this even before I had the channel. I had them in my regular work van, and then when I got the big truck, I built those kind of like holders, like 2 or 3 rack high, a little bit thicker than this, oak dowel in the front of it, and then these went in. And these are 2.5 by 5. This is 1 3/4 by 6. These are the most popular ones that I use. I do have some of them that are 3.5 by 6. I put like the speedy valves in for underneath the sink, or large escutcheons that cover up the pipe. But I use these. I just ordered, as you can see, I have a whole box left of them. And I think I ordered about 24 of each and used them to get rid of, and I see, hold on, again, unprepared. And you'll probably know what these are, but these are the ones from Home Depot. Each one comes with a little clip that you can clip it on. They're like the old change purse, but you know, when they're in the truck, as you can see, they are a pain in the neck to open, and then to close them you can actually just push them down. But once they get dirt in there and they get dust in there, it's hard here, so they do stay soft. But these are, and then if you try to do this, yeah, maybe like with something like this you can pull them out. But when you have like an escutcheon, which is basically a 3-inch ring with a 1/2-inch CTS hole in the middle, they're not coming out because they lay in there, you know, like a stack. So I decided, you know, these things are a pain in the neck. I decided let's just take these off, put them in a box, and then I went on Viewtainer's website and ordered like 24 of each of them. And again, these are, and you know, each one comes with a little pamphlet, and it's viewtainer.com. Again, it'll be in the description below. They come in multiple colors too. So they're only showing you like the orange, the kind of like almost like a teal and a black, and then as you can see, well, everything that I have is blue. So I just ordered the blue, and this is a drop-down menu, and you pick the color you want when you go on. And they have them, you know, similar to this, where the top will just pop off. And they have them, I think, up to like 30 inches tall. Like you could put brass rods in them. I can't even tell you how many versions they are, but again, these are pretty much the 2 versions. But look, you don't lose it. And I've had these, like I said, almost probably over 3 years, and none of these have broke. They're still, and they just pop right back on, and they do work a lot better when there's weight in them. The tops go on a lot easier. So again, I use the 2.5 here, and I'll show you. It's 2.5, and let me get this out a little bit more. See, that's 2.5 by 5, and they go from inside. You know, it is a little bit bigger because they do have this flat bottom where they'll sit perfectly. And I built, you know, probably a piece of 3/4, you know, enough for like 7 or 8 of them across. And then I build them about 3 inches out, and then I put a oak dowel in there. Go back in my truck video, and I've built even the spray paint rack that I built for my spray cans. That's a bigger version of it. and that's where they sit in. But I also ordered, hey look, they make pen holders. They make pen holders. And I have these. As a matter of fact, sitting on our workbench in the in our shop and in our truck to hold the markers. But then I saw these things, which they're saying they're blade holders, but you ain't getting no more than one Sawzall blade in here. And they are a little bit up here. So I ordered 4 of them, and I have 3/4 C PVC with caps on them that I have my scroll saw blades in. And I have 4 different teeth inches. So I'm going to use, that's why I just ordered 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I got 2 of these for the pens and stuff. And I'm also going to put glue brushes in here. So it'll work out nice. But yeah, it's Viewtainer.com, and I'll send you, you know, I'll include the website below for the for their site. But they're really nice, and they last a long time. No, they're not in the sunlight. They're in a truck, so they do last. You know, the color stays pretty good. It's a nice soft rubber. You know, it's a nice soft rubber. The bottom is pretty much affixed on. You ain't getting this. I mean, you could get it off, but it's not falling off. And we have 3/8 by 4-inch nuts and bolts for flanges, for pumps in here. We keep about a dozen of them, and it's got a little bit of weight. And no tops have ever fallen off the bottom of them. But again, if you go into my, like I said, go in my tour of my truck video, you'll see them. But you'll also see these. Now everything is nice and blue to match. So, all right, that's the Viewtainers. We'll get into this in a minute. But I'm going to show you something I found cleaning up the garage. This was given to me when I went to Festool Connect back, I think it was 2018. And it's a laminated Festool guide. And it's got tabs on the bottom: saws, jigsaws, dust collector, lighting, storage, routers, planers, joiners, and each one, and of course it's back for 2018, so it doesn't have all the new stuff. And you just pop to it. It gives you, you know, the individual saw, what the specs are. Little pocket guide, but I don't know, really doesn't fit in my pocket. So, but yeah, I just found it sitting in boxes where my old shoe rack was. All right, this thing. I've been back and forth at Home Depot looking at this light. Big red in my eye. God, I don't know. A few months now. And I've been like, I grab it. Nah, I don't need it. Get it. I don't need it. But then doing over my truck and looking at it, I'm like, you know what? I think I will buy it. I mean, I do still fiddle around with cars. I don't go as nuts as I used to, you know, but I do. And basically that's what it is. It's an under the hood light. So this thing will extend to 6 feet, clamped inside onto the hood. It's all rubber, so if you get it onto the paint, it's not going to mar the paint. And you can angle it, and it's two different lumens. It's 1650 and 600. So there's the high, which is 1650, and that's the low, which is 600. Back to the high lumen, and then off. 12 volt battery. But the beauty about it, and what I was going to think is, I'm going to leave this and it comes off. So these brackets, which there is, you know, there's screws in there that lock these on, but they're already positioned for here and here. And it is the 2125-20, And it was actually on sale at Home Depot, and it's usually $229, and I got it for $189. And it also has a hook that you can hook. Hopefully I won't unplug it. You can hook it. And it locks in very nicely. Well, now I can go around empty houses and make believe I'm Darth Vader, my big lightsaber. But it's, I think it's going to come in handy for what I need and use it for. It is one of their newer tools, and the first thing I looked at was and see if this had the battery retainers in it, and it doesn't. So I think they did it with that die grinder, just specifically for the vibration. Now, I just got back my supply house, Nolan Supply. If one of my tools goes bad, I can give it to them, Milwaukee, and they'll send it to Milwaukee for them to determine if it was a warranty or not. Well, I had a 12 volt, the smaller version Sawzall, malfunction. So I bought another one. So the guy that I normally deal with the tools, he's like, what happened to your other one? And I'm like, well, and I tell him what happened, and he's like, no, give it to me. And I got it the other day. But it's been just sitting in my shop. I want to open it up and see. I don't know if they just give you an older version, but I want to open it up and see if the newer version came with the actual retainer in there, because that's the one we have a lot of problem with, where we'll be using it and then all of a sudden it'll stop and I'll be, like an AR-15. You hit the bolt forward if you get it, if it doesn't fire. So that's what I feel like I'm doing. So, but with this, there's no vibration. But yeah, we're gonna try it out on a job, and it'll stand too. It'll stand up with the light. So we'll see how this thing works out. I think it will work out pretty good. And this light, here, let me go back with this here, and I got the second one sitting here. The Lithium Ion Light that I showed you, matter of fact, the video the other day. This thing is just phenomenal. We leave early in the morning, and I have this sitting in the bulkhead of my cutaway, and I have it facing out there. I just reach back and grab it and turn it on, and I don't even turn on the dome light of the truck. This thing lights the whole front of my truck up, so I can kind of get my GPS out and set it up. And then if I need it, all I basically do is, if I don't grab it when we walk out, the cutaway is open, I just reach in, pull it down, bring it. And the other day, we were working on a tankless mounted on the wall. It was in a commercial building, so I just stuck it to the metal frame of the door, and it shone right, boom, into the tankless heater. This thing, for a tiny little light, and now I noticed it's $59.99 at Home Depot. I should have waited. I could have saved 20 bucks on them. But I noticed this morning, but I wasn't going to buy another one. So, yeah, all right. Yeah, the car's coming along good. I just redid. I'm actually going to use Kaizen. I got a ton of Kaizen foam, but this is one of my new Futaba radios. I bought a while ago that I was just using for my 1/5 scale, but I had other things inside of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take 2-inch Kaizen foam, and I'm going to just cut it to match this, and then cut this in, because right now it's just sitting in there. It was a case for, and I had an old tile stick radio in here, a big one. And I'm not going to buy another case. I'll just reuse it with the Kaizen foam. And I like them because they're fiber and got some aluminum edges, and they'll protect the radio. They're not cheap. So, but I finally got them synchronized for both of these cars. So I'll be racing those soon. All right. Well, YouTube, I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, I'd like to thank everybody for all of the subscribes, the likes, the comments, the questions. Keep them coming, man. I love them. I love them. Again, I'm sorry I don't answer those comments as much as I could. It's just, but like I said, it's been so crazy at work for us. I just, you know, don't sometimes find the time to answer the comments like I used to. I probably answered every single one of them. But, you know, with all this craziness going on, hopefully we're coming to an end, and we'll all get back to, but here in Florida, you know, they opened up the restaurants to, you know, a certain amount of people. Like today, when I went to Home Depot, and then from there I go to the bagel store and have breakfast. And was eating it even in the back of the tailgate. Well, I had my work truck, so I've eaten in my work truck because you can't eat inside. And today was the first day in, what was it, 8 weeks that I actually sat down in a restaurant to have something to eat instead of eating it in my truck or tailgate of my pickup or just standing in the street. So that was good. But, you know, we opened up a lot here in Florida, but, you know, people are still reluctant. I went to Publix this morning to buy, I buy my wife flowers every week. So I buy her a dozen roses on Saturday, and I bring it, I put them up there, and I haven't gotten the roses in, you know, 2 months. So today I went to Publix to grab something for Mother's Day, and then another dozen for her, because she's been great with this. You know, dinner every night, you know, when we get home, and for my son and I, it was just, she's been great. But, you know, I go in the store and people are still, you know, if they're wandering around, or if not, they're running around like a bunch of nuts in the store. I mean, I just ran in there, grabbed the roses. I already had cards when I went to, you know, the Walgreens to grab my meds the other day. I grabbed the card and stuff like that, and so I just ran in there, grabbed a dozen roses, went over to the cash register. But man, I haven't been in that store in 2 months, and like my wife says, you know, you ain't coming with me, because I ain't handling it. I'm not handling these people. I was in there for 2 minutes and I couldn't handle it. So, but I guess maybe hopefully it's coming to an end. I'm just so pissed off about this. It's just unbelievable. I've never seen nothing like this in my life, and I guess I'm venting now, but it's just whatever. You know, we just have to take it one day at a time, and, you know, just be safe out there, and, you know, just follow what the doctors say, and, you know, just continue what you're doing, and you know, if it worked this long, it'll work even more. Okay? All right, YouTube. You'll get the website for this. Check them out if you don't already know. I think the dude was also a special too. I'm not sure, because I just actually ordered them at the shop. We were cleaning up the truck, and I'm like, you know, I hate it, forget it. So I went into my office, went on my phone, went to Viewtainer, boom, and then just found the blue ones, ordered 24 of each. Said to my son, all right, they're coming. We should get them by the end of the week, which was, I received the box yesterday, Friday. But I think they ran a special. Oh, also, here, let me grab the camera. I forgot. Man, that's what happens when you get old. After that other video was up, I finished the pegboard hook. The peg with those new hooks, they're all finished. And they're really, I mean, they ain't coming off. They ain't coming off. They look good. They weren't expensive. So, and now I'm laying out the rest of the shop to see what I want to do. Hold on, let me get this back up here. All right. All right, YouTube. Again, thank you very much for all of those likes, subscribes, comments, and my email will be below. If you want a Mike's Woodshop sticker, again, if you have a question, just email it to me, and I'll get those answered, because there's not as many as the comments. I do get a lot of comments, and I'll have the model number and the price below for the light if anybody's interested. Especially if you work on cars, it would be really nice. and you have the 12 volt, especially the XC battery, probably the thing will last you about 3 hours with this LED lights. All right, YouTube, you all be safe out there, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye now.